What's up guys, Koi51 here, time for another video, and I said I'd do it, and now I'm gonna go through pretty much a part 2 of my news report of the Persona magazine that came out. And essentially this is this video is going to talk about it's going to go through the with Mr. Kazuhisa Wada, producer and director of Persona 4 Dancing All Night. And you know, I may as well just get straight into it. I mean, I'll read the article and then I'll talk as I'm going. If it's really important, I'll talk my thoughts about it. So we got Mr. Ryota Kazuka. Is that no, that's not the one. That's the one. Kazuhisa Wada. The other dude will be in another video. Essentially, so this guy is pretty much the producer, director, Mr. Man. Yep, the Mr. Man. The man who's pretty much headlining this game. And we gotta, like, please tell me there's more details in these interviews. I mean, I'm hoping for just more, like, sort of like hints, maybe a little bit more. I'm hoping, anyway. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. Persona Magazine. So this is Persona Magazine talking. Persona 4 Dancing All Night is the first rhythm game the series has ever seen. What have you been most careful about handling in terms of making sure it feels like a proper extension of the original Persona 4? Okay, so this is Wada's response. Definitely how we maintain each of the main characters' individual charms in their dance routines. The cast of Persona 4 has attracted a lot of really passionate fans, so it's important that their support be respected in this new game by maintaining that recognizability. Recognizability. That's a weird word. One of the ways we ensure that is by having a different dancer assigned to each character for motion capturing, and then having the team look over the choreography to ensure each character's personality remains intact in the moves that they make. Holy crap. That's a... Okay, so for reference, you guys probably know about The Last of Us. This sounds like a lot of choreography, a lot of motion capture went into this, because you've got... That's some really crazy, because you think about it, the amount of characters that we have been confirmed to be playable: Naoto, Yukiko, and Chie, and Kanji. That means for each choreography they've had to interchange the motion capture actors with each other for the characters. That's a lot of work to make sure that this game is good, you know. That's pretty cool. That's the details that I wanted to know. Little things like that to really make sure that these guys are really passionate about the game they're making. So I'm gonna keep going. Is that to say that every character has their own personal flourishes as part of their dance routines? Wada responds, yep, that's exactly right. So Yosuke, for instance, he takes after male idols with some hip hop flares to his moves, whereas Chie's got her usual kung fu mixed with some street dancing sensibilities, and then Yukiko, her moves are derived from ballet while still retaining aspects of her ditziness. Ballet? I would have assumed with Yukiko she'd do a lot of like traditional Japanese dancing, but I guess this is the move for the director. Because I mean, she wears like kimonos and stuff. I always assume that she'd be like maybe like a kind of the same sort of sensibilities of like a shrine maiden in a way, like, you know, something really elegant. But I guess ballet makes sense, I guess. I don't know about that one, but again, she's got a ditziness, so that's nice. Keep going. That means, okay, so Yosuke taking off the male idols with some hip hop flares. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. I guess Chie's makes sense. Chie's got her usual kung fu, and then uses street dancing. That makes sense to her. But with Yosuke, I'm not sure about the male idols and stuff. But I guess, well, we'll just keep going then. And then there's Teddy, whose outfit really makes him stand out. Okay, so this is Wada's response. Most all of the other characters have their outfits rooted in their school uniforms, but we wanted someone that could wear something more gaudy to provide a contrast to that. It's also important just as a matter of helping to establish Dancing All Night as its own distinct thing separate from other Persona games. Teddy ended up filling that role for us. Though his moves come from gymnastics, which I feel makes for an interesting combination in tandem with the costume, with the costume. As for other characters, Naoto's dances come from house music, placing a big emphasis. Wait, what? Naoto rave? What? Okay. Placing a big emphasis on deliberate step routines and all wrapped up in a certain layer of sex appeal. Oh my god. Was not expecting to read that. So Naoto is the club and girl, apparently. Okay, okay, I'll get back to it. And then Kanji's style is fundamentally rooted in a type of dance known as locking. Okay, pop and lock. Okay, that's okay, but with some modifications to it. As real locking has some moves that don't really jive with his character. Development staff is really fussy about getting those little details right for each character. Okay, so back it up a bit. Back it up. So Teddy essentially is filling the role, the same role he did with Persona 4 Arena. How Persona 4, if you guys haven't played Persona 4 Arena and its sequel Ultimax, not so much Ultimax, but at least with Arena for sure, Teddy was wearing a outlandish costume in that one, and he was sort of like the pretty much the contrast between the main characters. So again, it's been done before. It's been done before, so Teddy is back again doing the same, filling that same sort of role. Does that mean we get another Shadow Teddy? Is he the host again? Is it P1 Grand Prix again? We don't know. We'll wait for it once the English version comes out. But what I want to talk about is Naoto. This I was not expecting. So essentially, Naoto, yes, she's matured now. She's a lot more mature. She's always been smart, but I didn't think she would be the type to do house music, like, ever. Like, I guess, like, I really hope this is not a decision by Atlus to try to appeal to every single genre of music and just shoving this down our throats, because how do you guys feel in the comments below? Like, tell me what you think. Does Naoto suit house music with a layer of sex appeal? Okay, the sex appeal is okay, but I'm talking about the house music, because that's clubbing music, isn't it? Like, I don't really know much about music, but I know the term house music. It sure as hell ain't like music from your house that you just like quietly play. Nah, it's not that. As for Kanji, locking makes sense. He's a very big dude. It's very masculine. Pop and lock, you know, it's very unique. It's a dance sort of style. So I have no quarrels with that. That's perfectly fine. Moving along now, losing my voice, but it's okay. I'm here for you guys. I saw in the trailer you put out at Persona Super Live 2015 that the protagonist will smile during his dances too. What kind of moves do he and Rise employ? Okay, so this is talking about Yu Narukami and Rise. Wada then responded, well, let's be honest, with the protagonist you could make him do mostly anything and he'd probably still have a dumb grin on his face the whole time. That's how I imagine him laughing. We actually were a little wary about maintaining that facet of his personality for his dances, but at the end of the day, we agreed that that's ultimately part of his charm, and indeed, it's worked out really well. His dances are made that much more fun and unique. Okay, so I guess one of the difficulties that the team had was pretty much just trying to get Yu Narukami right. I mean, keep in mind, Yu Narukami didn't have a personality in his original game. The person, like the person who's pretty much gave him personality was you, the player, because you chose the responses. But like, I would have assumed with like the Persona 4 Arena and Ultimax and the anime and the Golden Anime and like all of these adaptations outside of the games now could have at least just been, they could have just used that as a template. If you guys don't know, in Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden, if you decide to play it, in most dialogue choices when you're playing as your main character, you get 3. You get like pretty much just the generic one, which is pretty much just like a normal like obedient sort of response. Second one's kind of like the neutral response, and then third is the crazy outlandish response, like I think it was a scene from the beginning of the game when you're talking to your teacher when you transfer in for the first time, and he calls you an idiot, and you can respond like you're the idiot. You know, it's like those responses where like in our heads we always wanted to say that. That's the sort of canon. Like it's always the third crazy outlandish choice. That's pretty much in the animation and in Arena and Ultimax. So it's that sort of personality trait of being a little bit exaggerated. So I would have assumed that would have been the personality they went with, but I guess it didn't. It just they wanted to maintain a sort of different style, which we don't know of. Like we don't know if they're gonna go with that or not. But that's good. Alright, so next one. With Rise, it's probably pretty obvious, but her dances are a little mischievous, the sort you often see in the idol world she's from. Obviously, she's running around in a pretty revealing outfit while she dances, but when you see underneath in a few places isn't actually underwear or anything like that. It's all part of the getup that's meant to be seen so as to avoid any potential problems going other routes design-wise. Okay, so Rise is an idol. We know that. That's her gig. That's what she does. You know, I'm not surprised that they didn't do much with her. Like, yes, they add a little bit mischievous stuff because, if you guys don't know, in like the anime, Persona 4 anime, Persona 4 Golden anime, Rise is very, very, very like infatuated with the main protagonist, Yu. It's because of her Arcana, and like the Arcana system. You know, you've got like the magician and all that stuff there. Her Arcana is literally lovers. So her attitude towards the main character is sort of like that. She's very she's really loving. She wants to do that. She's very mischievous. You know, she does a lot of things to get what she wants, but not in like an evil way, just like a cute way. So I could see why they chose to be a little bit mischievous. It's because of her personality from the games and from the anime. So perfectly fine there. As for her outfits, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. So we're gonna keep going. It's interesting how this is the first time the Persona 4 characters have also gotten polygonal models that are proportioned realistically. Wada. We agreed the character models. We regard the character models as a major facet of this game. What you're seeing here is actually our second stab at rendering the cast in this style for Dancing All Night. We did another complete run in this manner previously, but remade them all from scratch. The reason for that is we wanted to make them all more attractive in ways we couldn't previously achieve with the deformed style we had going with the original Persona 4. So we set out to redo them in a way as to draw out those new qualities. That's cool. I mean, it's weird that it's true, but these are the first brand new 3D models of this cast that we've ever seen, because you can't count Arena and Ultimax for having new polygonal models because they were using 2D sprites made from Arc System Works. So in this case, yes, this is our first, like this has been a while, but yeah, this is our first time seeing these 3D models actually proportioned. That's, you have to think about that. That's pretty cool. I can't believe they actually this is their second attempt. I mean, I'm actually curious. I really hope that the design, like the art book, really shows the previous designs. I'm actually really curious now. I want to see how the original designs look like before they made the second step, because the second one looks great. Like you look at that game, you look at that. That game could be a downloadable title for PS4, PS3, and it looks great. The character models look fantastic. So, okay, so, whew, a lot of talking, yeah. Now, okay, so right back on track. Naoto's a good example of this. She's not who she used to be during Persona 4, where she was carrying so much weight about her identity. So now she can really start embracing her femininity in how she looks and not have it adversely affect her. But of course, you don't want necessarily everyone in the game to have sex appeal going for them. Either. Nanako's in the game too, and if she was out being flamboyant and provocative, that'd be completely out of character. Getting her emotions down pat was therefore really hard. We had an idol come in for Nanako rather than an actual child dancer, but no matter what they did, Nanako's moves still had a certain allure to them that was off, so we had to spend a long time fine-tuning her animation to get it where we needed to be. Good job. Like, seriously, Wada, you know what, you understand, you know. The thing about the Persona games is it's about the characters, and they have personality and stuff like that. For him to go out of his way to make sure, you know, not to go the easy route. No, he wants these characters to be perfectly made. So good on him. I think this is really cool. I mean, Naoto, now we kind of get why Naoto likes house music, I guess. It's pretty much just maybe she's in closet house music fan. So it's definitely at the end of Persona 4, she does lose a lot of that sort of if like a lot of that sort of baggage, and it makes sense. So good on him, good on Wada. So okay, okay, so it's back on track now. I have to admit, seeing Nanako in that trailer definitely added a lot to it. It made it an even more fun video to watch. Okay, this is Wada's response. Actually, at first we had people saying that we shouldn't put Nanako out in our marketing, that it'd be a bad idea. But in the end we said screw it and just got her in anyways. Yeah! That's it. You know your fans. You know your fans. You were like, how can you come on, Wada, you gotta, like, you at least had to know that we love Nanako. Like, anyone who's played Persona 4 Golden, like, pretty much related to the relationship between the main character and Nanako. She is a very popular character. It'd be a horrible, like, it'd be a bad decision if you didn't use Nanako. Like, I'm not saying it sounds bad, but like, at least you like have Nanako as a marketing campaign, because everyone's interest brought up when we saw Nanako. My live reaction was, oh my god, Nanako's in this game. Like, this is amazing. I don't think I filmed it though, but like, I had a live reaction. I had a reaction to it. But essentially, yeah, no, dude, good on you for putting that in. Like, that's the thing that pushed that trailer to the best, because we had Nanako, and then we had freaking Yukiko and Naoto. We had, oh my god, this is an amazing trailer. What's your biggest concern gameplay-wise when it comes to making this game, given how different it is in terms of genre compared to everything else Persona has done until now? Wada's response: absolutely how the actual gameplay feels. Without question, the biggest task at hand we've been focusing on is how to make it feel good and fun to play in time to the music, and then tuning things so that players' reactions to the mechanics are as positive as can be. I just may as well just read all of it. On a tangent to you, but not unrelated note, in Dancing All Night you can use both of the analog sticks on the Vita to do what's basically like DJ scratching with the music. A lot of DJ Max, a lot of DJ Max stuff. That's good. There'll be icons that show up on the screen that suggest good points in time to take advantage of that. But you'll also be able to do it mid-dance, or even when the notes are cut out, and by moving the analog sticks however you like. You'll be able to rearrange the music and make it your own style to an extent. We had DJ Waka, who we've worked with a lot in the past for Persona concerts, draft up a lot of different scratch sounds for this purpose, so different people will be able to put their own distinct spins on the songs. Ooh, that was a mouthful. So, roll it back. Wada, good. Good that you're focusing on gameplay, because it's paramount in a game like this. If the game doesn't feel right, it's going to be a bad game. So if you're putting this much effort into gameplay, I don't think we have to be concerned about how it feels, because honestly, rhythm games have a really unique sort of allure to them, and that's the challenge. So if you can make the game challenging, please if you make it challenging, and it's the drive to have perfection, like getting that triple S rank or something like that, right? So having it feel good is really important. Really, really important. And clearly, like their time with Dingo, the people who made the PSP Hatsune Miku games, really left impression on them, because they're not working with them anymore. So good, you know. I have nothing else. The DJ stuff is pretty much just like DJ Max Port free. If you guys played that, thumbs up, man. Like seriously, that's a great game. Played a lot of that game. It was ridiculous. The fact that they're getting actual talent within, because you think about it, DJ Waka is, you know, DJ Waka worked with them on the Persona concerts. Those Persona concerts sold out each time. So if you're getting a dude who knows his stuff and is a big Persona fan, go for it. So they're getting a lot of talent that is very like close to them. That's good. Oh man, I don't think. Oh my god, how long is this article? Oh, it's not that long. Oh jeez, I had a heart attack. I thought I've got so much page to scroll through, but let's see. Okay, yep, I'm right here. Right back into it. I think you can't talk about a rhythm game without also discussing the place of difficulty levels in them too, though. Okay, going straight into it. Wada's response: we want a wide swath of players to be able to enjoy themselves, so we're trying to keep the barrier to entry low. This is especially true with the story mode, which we intend to make that most anyone can beat it. So hopefully that'll help some people overcome their apprehensions that as a rhythm game, it'll be too hard for them. Nevertheless, we haven't forgotten about advanced players who are existing genre fans, and for them we plan to include not only a wide swath of difficulty levels to let them engage the game at their skill level, but also additional gameplay elements for them to strive for so that they can get the most out of the game. The story mode itself has a lot of content going for it, and since it takes place after the events of Persona 4 proper and Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, we want to ensure that people don't miss out on that narrative content one way or another. Confirmed, it's after Ultimax. After Ultimax, before the golden epilogue. Cool. Good. This is what I want. That explains a lot of things. That explains why Kanji still has his bleached hair. And I guess timeline-wise, it kind of makes sense. They're like a little bit. They look a little bit mature, and you look at the epilogue, they look way more mature. So this is sort of just like in between, you know. It's an intercool. That's pretty cool. That means we could have an ending to this game that leads into the golden epilogue more proper. That's pretty cool. That's really exciting. I didn't expect that news. In the difficulty. Alright, that's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Speaking of the game's storyline, what's Kanami's place in it as a new character? Wada's response: Kanami is the main star of an idol unit by the name of Kanamin Kitchen. Everyone else but her in the unit has disappeared, though with the plot as a result revolving around rescue efforts to go out and save them, Kanami herself is key to the proceedings. So on that end, she'll have her own songs and dances specially made for her. She's got a lot of interesting quirks going for her, both inside and out, that make her a really charming character in her own right. Truth be told, at first I wasn't particularly keen on her, but as time's gone on, while making the game, I've come around on her. It sounds a bit wrong. I've come around to her, and now she's one of my personal favorites. Wow! The fact that you outright said that you didn't like Kanami at first, which is understandable, but then saying that you really love her, I don't know if that's like a marketing ploy or anything like that, but if a character can like make you feel this differently about her, good writing, please. I mean, I know it's kind of blasphemous to really say, oh, Persona game's gonna have bad writing, but no. But yeah, so Kanami is looking really good right now. She seems like an interesting character. We don't know much about her. There's just enough mystery surrounding her that we can wait for an English release. But so far, if the director himself says he didn't like Kanami at first, and instead I grew on her, she must be a really good character. So keep on going. Losing my voice. You brought up Persona 4 Arena earlier, so I wonder, would you say that you've gained any special insight into developing games that aren't RPGs thanks to your work on the fighting games and Dancing All Night? What is response? Well, I'd say that music games and fighting games don't particularly share a whole lot in common, much like how they're both widely different from RPGs in general. But obviously, at their core, both the arena games and Dancing All Night share that common background of being new and interesting challenges for us. In that respect, my time with the arena games helped me learn how to be more flexible and accommodating of new ideas when branching out. If nothing else, it's been fun and refreshing to think and work outside of the usual box for all of these games. That's cool. I mean, he did work on Arena, and you know, those games turned out great. They were great fighting games. They were great story games. It's nice of them to really think about, because like, as much as we the fans kind of give them flack for doing stuff outside of their genre, it's nice of them to branch out because it gives them repertoire and stuff like that. Like, as much as we want to think of them as Persona guys, maybe they want to make some original IPs at some point, and you know, maybe they just want to make an original rhythm game or an original fighting game at some point. We don't know, but having that experience there with some of the people there, you know, it just makes it a lot easier if they do decide to do it. So from a internal game development standpoint, just improving their experiences is good, you know, it's a good experience for them. Whew, okay. Second last, we are nearly at the end, people. Knowing that, what would say has been the thing that you've struggled most on while making the game? What is response? I'd say it's been striking the right balance between keeping things flashy on the screen while retaining overall playability. There's a school of thought within rhythm game design that contends that using on-screen flashiness as a means of deliberately obscuring music notes during gameplay is one valid way to ratchet up difficulty, but personally, I'm of the mind that it's best to maintain some balance between those two things. So we've really worked hard to ensure the game doesn't cross the line and become inadvertently obtuse to decipher. Beyond that, I'd definitely say that we've spent a lot of time on the difficulty levels too. Back when we were making Catherine, we got really good really quickly at playing our own game. That put us down a dark rabbit hole eventually in terms of balancing, where parts of the game ended up being really hard to beat. Suffice to say, this time with Dancing All Night, we're going out of our way to keep outside players' first impressions in mind and make it a more fair game to play overall. We've got monitoring systems and whatnot in place internally, so rest assured the game shouldn't turn out quite as brutal as what we've made in the past. Whew, that's a mouthful. But essentially what they're saying is, yes, we will make a game that's fair. We want to make an entry level rhythm game. We don't want to make a crazy game. The thing about fighting games is that the moment you make a sort of entry level fighting game, it starts to not become a good viable option in tournaments. A good example is Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. That's a very entry level fighting game, but there's not much tournaments of it. I haven't seen a single tournament of it yet because it's a very pick up and play sort of fighting game that you enjoy for the anime characters. So this is the same sort of approach that they're doing. Even though Dengeki Bunko has a lot of stuff, like it's really actually well balanced. This is what they're doing with Dancing All Night. Essentially, they played around with Catherine. They got the difficulties, which is freaking sometimes bullshit. Holy shit! But you know, they're making sure that it's an entry level game, but also has the depth. You know, like with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax or Arena. If you want to go there, they had the auto combo system, which is a amazing mechanic because it allows a person to just jump in and really start seeing the crazy flashy moves, and then they want to put in time to invest in it. So in that regard, looking forward to it. I think the difficulty would be just enough if you want to just blast through the story. I think that's what they want, because people are buying this for the story. They want to know what happens in between. We as Persona fans really love that stuff. So we're on to the conclusion. Last thing to say. Okay, any parting words for your fans looking forward to playing Dancing All Night? Wada responds, I know a lot of time has passed since we initially announced the game, and we've had to make people wait longer to get the game into their hands, for which I deeply apologize. From here on out, we're going be able to release new information on the game at a steady clip. So keep your eyes peeled out for that. Beyond that, at some point we're also hoping to get things like demo stations out into Japanese stores so people can get a more concrete idea of what the game is about. So if you're interested, hopefully you'll take the time to come and check it out. More broadly speaking, all of us at the development team have been paying attention to the feedback we've gotten from everyone since the concert and are using that to support the fuel, to fuel the rest of our development. So look forward to the final product soon. Done. Okay, so this means we're gonna get some sort of maybe like people playing it before the release date. That's good for me. It gives people a sort of like people can just kind of write reports on it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think all of these questions that Persona Magazine asked were really valid. They wanted to talk about the stuff that many of us fans are really worried about. We're worried that it might not be a good rhythm game. It might be doing something a little bit too differently. But no, it looks like they know what they're doing. I mean, I think they've spent some time with Dingo, learned how the Hatsune Miku games work, and yeah, that's it. I can't wait. Whew. That's a long article, but we actually got it through together. Anyway, so what are you guys' thoughts on this? I'm personally waiting for it. I can't wait. From the looks of things, I probably will be importing the Japanese copy just so I can play with it and I guess it's a music game, you know? You're playing it for the music. Story mode will come a little bit later. I could play through it, but I won't know anything about it. Well, not really. Like, I might get some phrases and stuff like that, but it's not enough to understand the story. So I'll wait until the English version comes out and I'll buy that again. But to get you guys a little sneak peek, I will play the Japanese version for you guys. It's Vita TV compatible, so let's go. Anyway, thanks for watching this long video of me talking about a game that hasn't even come out yet, and it's Persona related. But yeah, little things came out of this video, this article, which I didn't expect. Naoto confirmed to like house music, and this takes place after Ultimax and before the Golden Epilogue. So, really cool things we know about this game now. Anyway, that's all for me from now. I'll catch you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe, and you know, Koi51 out. Have a good one.